Hey, what's up?
Ready for book club?
I am obsessed.
This is the worst.
What do you mean?
What? No, idiot.
Welcome to book club. Welcome to book club.
Hey. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to book club.
Welcome back to book club.
Today, kind of similar to last week, but not really similar at all, and actually completely different, and you need to watch both episodes. We're talking about Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross again. Except this time, we have since finished the book. Last episode, there were no spoilers. We just talked a little bit about it and then kind of about fall and vibes and books we wanted to read. And this week, we're actually talking about this book because we have finished it and there will be spoilers. And
yes,
yeah, just everything that is good, which is this book.
If this book was a person, I would kiss it on the lips.
Yes, I would too. It is so good. And it's so pretty.
Book.
So we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So that being said, welcome to book club.
Welcome to book club.
I haven't decided if I'm going to keep the intro in the beginning or if I'm going to cut it in here. So
well, here's
if you've already heard the intro, then that is your answer.
Well,
so here we go.
Now we're talking about the book. Because we have...
Yes. Yeah. Maddie and I we haven't really talked about it at all.
No, because you finished
really
it this morning, right?
Mm-hmm. I did. I had read like 280 pages. I was like 150 pages ahead of Maddie, and then I paused and read another book while she caught up.
I think you guys remember that from last week because we had that brief discussion of... I stopped halfway because we postponed filming, and then Carrie did not stop. We didn't communicate that at all.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Carrie did not stop, and she wouldn't stop. So then,
but
then
she did stop for a little bit,
and then I got caught up, and then I finished. The last 30 pages that she hadn't read, I finished those slightly before her. So it was a lot. It was back and forth. Your nail
just popped off. Yes, I had little stick-on nails.
Ripperoni.
And I've been popping them off because I'm feral. But yeah, we haven't even discussed this book at all. I don't even think I saw your Goodreads review.
I haven't been on Goodreads since I reviewed it, so I definitely haven't seen your review. My Goodreads was
Okay.
Hello. My Goodreads review was so simple. I just said it was good. Thank you. Goodbye.
I think mine was also very good. It was did you rate it 5 stars?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I rated it 5 stars for sure. It's so good. If you didn't listen to last episode, you should go listen to it because we give even just the first 15 minutes, we give a little brief explanation kind of the vibes of this book. But in a nutshell, it's an enemies to lovers in giving World War I era vibes, kind of like London-y. They're not even enemies to lovers, they're rivals to lovers, and they're little journalists from the newspaper, and they're reporting on a war that is happening between a god, a sky goddess, and a underworld god, like a Persephone and Hades situation. In this fantasy world that still exists, but it's still kind of real. It's very historical fiction fantasy, which I love. And we talk about that a little bit in the last episode. So go listen to that too. But I don't know. Do you want to go through it in little sections? It has 2 parts. This book has the first part and this second part. Oh no, it's got 3 parts.
It has 3 parts.
It's a 3-part book. Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that because I feel like it'll take too much time. I need to immediately know. Did you read the back of Ruthless Vows?
No. Should I read? Can you grab it? Read the back.
Yes, I've got it.
Okay, so the book ends on a big cliffhanger, but I don't want to get there yet. I like going in chronological order, and I'm scared.
Okay, right. So, book ends on a huge cliffhanger. Big spoilers ahead. So, if you don't like that, get the fuck out of here. But come back and watch the fucking episode. Watch it. We're trying to make this our job. Anyways.
And if you do, I'll kiss you on the mouth.
Yeah. So, the book ends on a huge cliffhanger. Roman Kit is taken by Decree, Dacker, the bad guy.
The
bad god.
The bad guy, the underworld god.
Yes.
The Hades in this
Hades
world.
man. Yeah. So
Hades
Roman
man.
Kit are in a world of boys. He is a gentleman, lover boy. Crawls
Love
to her.
Roman Kit.
I love
Roman Kit. Ah, he does. Oh my
He
god,
literally
it's
crawls
giving
to
that
her.
Hosier song. It's giving that Hosier song.
Work song.
Um,
It's also giving Cassian
yeah, it's
and
giving
Nesta
work song.
whenever Cassian
Yes.
was like,
Yes.
I will find
this
you.
couple
yeah.
is so good. So good.
He's so down bad for her, but the I'm scared for what this book says. So it says, or what this book holds. So the next book is called Ruthless Vows. Thinking about what that's supposed to mean. 2 weeks have passed since Iris Winnow returned home, bruised and heartbroken from the front, but the war is far from over. Roman is missing, and the city of Oath continues to dwell in a state of disbelief and ignorance. When Iris and Addie are given another chance to report on Decree, Dacker's movements, whoever, they both take the opportunity, head westward once more despite the danger, knowing that it's only a matter of time before the conflict reaches the city that's unprepared and fracturing. This is the part that I was like, since waking up below in Decree's realm, Roman cannot remember his past.
No.
But given
No.
Given the reassurance that his memories will return in time, Roman begins to write articles for Decree, Dacker, whoever, uncertain of his place in the greater scheme of the war. When a strange letter arrives by wardrobe door, Roman is first suspicious, then intrigued.
Oh my god.
As he strikes up a correspondence with his mysterious pen pal, Roman will soon have to make a decision to stand with Decree or betray the god who healed him. As the days grow darker, inevitably drawing Roman and Iris closer, the two of them will risk their very hearts and futures to turn the tides of the war. So basically...
I don't
Yeah.
know how I feel about that. It's giving Light Lark and Nightbane and
Yeah. Except for
They're
now the
they're
boy
gonna
is the
have
one
to-
that doesn't remember.
they're
And
gonna
that's-
have to do it
and
all over
if
again.
you look at the front of, obviously, like the actual front of Divine Rivals,
Uh-huh.
the typewriter says Dear Iris. And then let me get this on Ruthless Vows. First of all, beautiful cover, but it says Dear Roman.
Oh, I love that color, first of all.
I
Oh,
love that color too.
What these books are the most beautiful books, like inside and out. The writing is beautiful. The way the hardcovers look are beautiful. Like
Also,
the imagery,
Rebecca Ross,
everything.
like, just like as a human, like, obviously beauty is a standard, but she's really hitting the standard. Her picture in the back of the book, Miss Girl is stunning.
Stunning. Oh my god.
Stunning.
These
Yeah,
books,
so now I'm like terrified
Wow,
and scared
okay.
because he doesn't remember anything.
Me too.
So they're gonna have to, like, now Iris is gonna know that she's writing to him, but he's not gonna know who she is.
Yeah.
It's literally the first book, but like,
it's literally the reversed.
yeah.
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
That is kind of amazing. Oh my god. Okay, I do
the
want to
mind
go.
of this woman.
I don't have a ton to say, honestly, about the first part of the book, besides, like, okay, this is when before she's decided to go be a war correspondent and she works with Kit at another newspaper, whatever. What I want to focus on is the fact that, one, Kit's family, god awful.
They suck.
His family
His
sucked.
father?
Like, Kit's, like, super, super old, but I don't even think it's old money. They're, like, trying to, like, grab their status in, like, high society. And it tries to marry him off to some psycho bitch.
Some weird girl. Like, she's
some
weird.
weird girl.
She's a fucking
And she's,
freak,
like, really cold.
is what she is.
They try to have dinner together, and she's like, I don't like you, and you don't like me, and I assume we're going to have other lovers after our wedding, except for when we have to produce an heir. Which is basically like, we're going to get married. I'm going to fuck who I want to fuck, and you can fuck whoever you want to fuck, but we're going to have to fuck at some point because we have to create a baby. Crazy. That's freak
Yeah.
shit.
That is freak
I
shit.
don't like it.
Because
I didn't
she's
like
a
her.
freak.
And the dad being like, "You're gonna marry her," and Kit's like, "Fuck you, no."
And
I
the
like her.
only person in his family who has any redeeming quality is Nan. Quite frankly, I fuck so
the
heavy
grandma.
with Nan.
Absolutely.
I fuck
I
so
do
heavy
too.
with her.
She's so funny.
She's giving, what's it called when you're old and crazy? The word when you start to lose your fucking marbles. Senile. She's giving senile.
Senile. But I like
I
her in
love
like
her.
a fabulous rich way, rich lady way.
Exactly. Yes, I love her.
And can we talk about, so then we have Iris, who's like completely other end of the spectrum, like super
Poa.
broke. Poa. Her brother has already gone to fight in the war. That's the first thing that happens in the book.
We
it's
also
just
have
her
to
and her
talk about
mom.
the brother.
Yes, we'll get there. Oh my God.
So much to unpack.
But the mother was like, kind of like a brother left and she kind of spiraled and was like an alcoholic crazy.
Yeah.
And
Quit her job and then stopped
Iris
like
gets the
feeding Iris.
Iris gets the literal shit at the end of the stick constantly.
Always.
It's like her brother left. Her mom spiraled. And then her mom dies, which
Commits
is
suicide.
insane.
Which is really sad.
Did she?
I think that was
I didn't-
what is.
I didn't realize that's what would happen. But oh my God, that makes so much more sense now.
That's kind of what I was, because she got sober and she was like, things are gonna be better, like things are gonna be good. And then she,
Oh
I
my
fear that
God.
she like got sober and then was like, things are not gonna
And
get better and I have
unalived.
to die. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Because originally
Yeah.
in the book, all that's written is that it was like, oh, we found a woman that basically got hit by a train in the middle of the night. And Iris finds out that it was her mom. And literally the day or two before, like, her mom had stopped drinking. They had a nice little dinner. Oh my God. That just makes that so much more heart-wrenching.
Yeah, I had a really
I was like,
hard
oh, that's
time with it.
tragic. That's really tough. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
But I want to talk about the typewriters because we didn't really get to talk about that in the last episode.
the magic typewriters.
So
there's
basically,
3.
There's 3. One of them is in a museum. But there were these Kit and Iris, the love interests, are coincidentally the children of these 3 grandmas that were best friends. And yeah, the grandchildren, sorry. They're like, there's Iris's grandma and there's Kit's grandma. We don't really know anything about the third grandma, but there was a third. I feel like that's gonna come back maybe at some point in the next book. You think or no? Perhaps.
Well, I mean,
maybe?
the typewriter's
Okay.
in a museum. The typewriter's in a museum
That's
that her
true.
dad opened because she was like, I don't know what happened, but the dad like
Yeah.
made the typewriters.
The
and
dad
they were
made
magic.
the typewriters with like magic so that all of their
And so
friends,
they could all
like these
communicate.
girls, they could all communicate because they could send letters to each other through, like, the paper would just get sent to the other person or whatever. And they got these 2 of the typewriters got passed down, one to Kit, one to Iris. Iris, missing her brother, starts writing letters and just sticking them in her closet to like her brother who's away at war. And did you read the acknowledgments in the back of this book?
I did not actually.
Or the epilogue? Okay, she actually mentions
I read the
how
epilogue.
she got, or sorry, maybe it's not the epilogue. It's the acknowledgement. Yep. First sentence of the acknowledgments is like how she got the idea for this book. She said, "A girl who writes letters to her missing brother and the boy who reads them. I wrote that line down in my brainstorming journal on November 20th, 2020.
I skimmed the acknowledgments because
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok that Rebecca, the dedication at the front
Yeah.
is to Isabel Ibanez, who read this book as I wrote it, who convinced me to add Roman's POV, and who occasionally lets me get away with things. P.S. I'm talking about chapter 34. So Isabel Ibanez, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's how I'm imagining it saying, is also an author, and her book was dedicated to Rebecca Ross.
Oh my
so
God,
I
that's
saw
so cute.
Yeah. So we have to read her book as well because they're dedicated to each other. And so I skimmed through the
Yeah.
acknowledgments because she like talked about Isabel
Yeah.
in the acknowledgments. So I did see that, which is like, it's so
Yeah.
crazy to think about how like she just was like, here's an idea, and then turned it into like the most beautiful story.
It's so
Crazy.
good. And like the fact that like she's can like Roman is the one getting these letters, decides to reply because he knows it's her from the beginning because they work together. But it's just so crazy to me. And it's also making me worried later on when all the shit hits the fan. I'm like, oh, did they lose their typewriters? How did she get it back?
Yeah, I was confused about that as well. Because I'm also so worried about Lilac the cat.
Same.
I literally had to Google it. She is fine, and she makes a reappearance in the second book. Thank
God. They bring in, so basically this third part of this book, there's a war going on. They get attacked when they bring in a cat. And Addie's like, I'm going to keep this cat. I'm like,
Addie is me for real. Addie's
girl,
like, I'm
scared for that cat.
And she's like, cat. And they're getting bombed. And so Addie's like, holy shit, wait, I got to put her in a room. And also, I don't know if you
somebody
caught
go get that cat.
I don't know if you caught this. Marisol said, this house will not fall so long as I am in it. Is Marisol magic?
I think she is, and I think that
I think she is too.
I think they maybe stayed. They maybe made it back to the house when the bombings were happening. And I think maybe that's how
Addie definitely ends up back in Oath. Because in the second book
but they
definitely do make it back to the house because they have to get the cat.
They have to get the cat. They have to get the typewriter. Both typewriters are in the house.
But how did?
Sorry, guys. The balloons just started happening on my screen.
What the hell?
I don't know what that was, but
the last page of the book before the epilogue, it says, "Iris, it's me, Kit." She gets the letter.
That was from when she initially left. She decided, she had said, hey, to her, she was like, I'm not going to write you back, basically. She didn't know she had that magic. And then he sent back a letter and she decided not to open it. And he tried to tell her before she left for the war.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So second part of this
book.
So
where the fuck does he get where does he get his typewriter if
I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is his typewriter, I have no idea how he gets it. But with Iris's typewriter, I'm thinking what happened was when the bombings were happening, Addie and Marisol made it back to the house, grabbed their shit and left. And Addie gets I'm assuming Addie will get the typewriter back to Iris.
Yeah, I agree.
I have no clue how Roman. You know what I bet it is? Dacre or Decre, whatever, the god who takes Roman to the underworld. He notices when he's about to take him that Roman is a
correspondent.
And so he's probably like, hey, anybody see a typewriter? There's probably the typewriter left. And he's probably like, hey, I want you to correspond for my side of the war. Because they're corresponding for Enya, the goddess's side for the war.
Technically, they're not supposed to be. Yeah, I was like, technically, they're not supposed to be. They're
supposed to be unbiased, but they're fighting when they're going to the trenches. They're staying on Enya's side
because she's I thought it was Enva.
It might be Enva.
Whatever.
I keep
Homegirl.
Homegirl.
She is beautiful and magical. Obviously, she is a woman.
Yes.
So she's not like harming people. The terrible man from the underworld, he will actually kill anybody he can at any given moment.
Yeah, he doesn't.
All because he's obsessed with Enva. So, freak behavior
creepy.
from him. Yeah,
men are freaks.
Men are freaks.
But
why are they constantly behaving in the manner that they are?
I don't know. Maybe that's how Roman gets his typewriter, though. He's like, hey, I found this typewriter. And Kit's like, this mine. How many memories do they take away?
I don't know.
Is it just... I don't understand. That freaks me out bad. But basically, the second part of this book is where she meets Addie. That she decides to go be a war correspondent. We basically already gotten there, and she's writing to this person, falling in love with him. We find out it's Kit. Haha! Surprise! Hooray! Third part is so Kit gets there at the end of the second part and is like, "Hey," and we get another secondhand embarrassment.
He also just like struts in, and like.
Almost gets everyone bombed.
Right. There's like very particular things that you have to do. There's like, and Marisol went over this with Addie and Iris when they got there, was like, these sirens mean this. You have to like stop moving if this siren, whatever. And that siren happens and her and Addie are like, oh shit, we have to fucking
like
get inside and be
what
still.
are they called? The Ethereals?
The Ethereals? Yeah, Ethereals.
They're reminding me of the Adder from At Qatar. Yeah.
Yep.
Almost exactly. Like they come in, the air goes cold, they fly, they like smell like death and like rotting. They're huge. Oh my god. That's immediately what I was picturing. But they'll come in, and if they see movement, they'll drop a bomb. So you have to stand still.
Yeah. And so Roman comes in and he's
field.
like, DPD, and the siren's going off and he's like, damn, better move faster.
What's going on?
Better get to town.
And so Iris is like,
Iris turns into runner track star status and fucking tackles him and is like, stop moving.
Usain Bolt over there.
Literally. And like that's when the tension starts. But she still doesn't know that Carver, which is what he's going by in the letters. Who she's
corresponding with, is him.
Yeah,
and you know what's crazy is there's moments where she's writing letters to Carver and she's like can hear Roman's room because they all stay at the inn together. She's like I can hear him up on his typewriter. He's writing to her, but she thinks he's writing for the newspaper. And we get a little secondhand embarrassment moment here, and I hate when this happens. When the girl's like, he's here to actually outshine me. He doesn't like me. He's here to embarrass me. Yeah. Get a grip. Grow up. He wants to get in your pants. But anyways, they fall in love. And the third part is where they go to the front lines to report on, they stay there for a week. They report on what's happening. And shit hits the fan.
And Iris has PTSD.
Iris does have PTSD from it. But Roman saves her life, but he gets injured because of a grenade. And he's like, let me die. Get my bag. In the bag, there is a letter, all of her letters, proving that he is the one corresponding with her. And because he had tried to tell her and whatever, she didn't fully read the letter, whatever. Kept getting fucked up. He couldn't tell her. Finally, she finds out while he's in the infirmary getting stitched up. After saving her life. And then I get another moment where I'm pissed at her because then she gets mad at him and I'm like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that was like such an overreaction in my personal opinion.
Really overreacted. I agree.
No, and also like
you lied to me. And he was like, she was like, was this
pissed.
A game? Were you playing me? No.
Be serious, Iris. Also, not to mention that. Serious. First of all, she's so pissed. And then 36 hours later, she's like, but we're married now, so it's okay. Like, if you're going to be mad, you have to stay mad. You know what I mean? Like, you have to go balls to the wall on that shit.
I just think that she shouldn't. It was just like such an overreaction to not only she gets the infirmary and he's like, he's clearly so sorry. He clearly didn't want to lie to her. He saved her life. Like, and he said he was laying there on the hospital bed and he was like, he said, after everything that we just went through, don't act like you don't love me. Like, don't act like you don't, like, that's like a deal breaker for you.
Also, don't act like
after
if
that
I was just
shit?
Here trying to outshine you, I wouldn't have taken a grenade for you, motherfucker. Like,
yeah,
girl, be real.
Insane. And then they kiss, and then she leaves the hospital, and she's still angry. Come on. And then finally she comes to her senses and is like, okay, we could die any moment. I love him.
Yeah, and then they get married.
So she gets there pretty quick. But still, I was like, Iris, girl, get a grip.
Yeah, Iris was one cranky little girl
She was. But then we get some really, really sweet moments, and they were so good. Huh?
I said Iris was really cranky for 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah, literally. for the amount of time it took her to walk out of the room and come back in.
Yeah.
How angry she was.
She said, I gotta
But
walk
then
it
we
off.
get some like we get some really sweet shit. Yeah, and then Roman's like, good for you. I can't walk it off because my legs are all fucked up because I took a grenade for you.
Literally. Fucking seriously. But they get married and they have a really cute wedding.
They
and
do.
then
They have dude, reading the wedding.
Also,
my heart.
I'm curious what
That was
happens
so
to
sweet.
Keegan. Where the fuck is Keegan?
Yeah.
Keegan's my
I bet
girl,
she's with Marisol. I think she's with Marisol.
and I'm scared.
I want to talk about though the way that there is one I wouldn't call it a spice scene, but I know some people would. Some people would consider this a spice scene.
So it is
The wedding
alluded
night?
to that they have sex on their wedding night, but I did find out this
Yes.
is a YA novel.
Okay.
So,
But I would
that's-
say as far as YA novels that I've read,
yeah, as far as YA goes, it's definitely more
that specific, there's only the one scene, but that one, it was like it didn't say explicitly what was happening, but it didn't just say we turned the lights off. It was like
right. Like
it was a little more than that. It like took you through the steps of what they were alluding to,
yeah.
but it wasn't like, I think Lightlark and Nightbane are considered young adult also, and Nightbane definitely has some it's
Nightbane
definitely
does
more
get a
spicy
little-
than this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
But I honestly, I think it's in the writing. I think it is because Rebecca Ross writes so beautifully. Even the way, this is the most beautifully written spice scene I have ever read. Like, it felt so romantic and like, I don't know, just amazing. The way that like men would read this and be like, oh, huh, so they fucked.
A man, honestly, I feel like a man.
Then are
could
like,
read
women
that.
are out there reading, women are out there reading porn all the time. This is what we're reading.
Well, quite
A
frankly,
wedding couple
a man would
literally
read
on
that,
their wedding
and I feel
night,
like
and it's
he would walk away and still not know that they had sex, because men are.
you know, you're so right. They would read this and they'd be like, wait, so are they gonna fuck or not?
Well, did they have sex? I'm just confused because it doesn't explicitly say.
Yeah,
And like, you know, the woman is consenting and men don't really like
because I'm pretty sure.
no.
Okay, hold on. There's a couple of lines in here where it literally says like,
If you're
Oh,
not
yeah, and it's
used
literally-
to like reading,
it's him saying like, she is mine, I am his. We
Yeah.
know each other in a way that nobody else gets to know us. Like, get with it.
yeah.
Get with it. And it says, we lay intertwined for a long while afterward. They'd be like, wait, so did they fuck?
Yeah.
Brother.
Men don't know anything.
But you know what I will say is
What?
it is such a boy thing that I noticed like reading the next chapter when it was like Iris wakes up and she notices like the sky is really dark, whatever, and then it's when she's realizing like the Aetherals were there and there was no sirens because the other city got taken over. But like she jumps out of bed, she's naked, and they had to have sex in the dark, complete darkness, because they're in the middle of a war.
and they can't have
and-
lights.
So they didn't see each other like with their eyeballs. But she jumps out of bed naked, and literally they're like, oh my God, like we're about to get bombed or something's about to happen. The war is kicking in. We're
And
about
Kit's
to get our
like,
shit rocked. And
Damn,
Kit's
baby,
like,
you're hot as hell.
boobies. He literally goes, he says, the last thing she says is, we need to get dressed. And he looks at her and goes, do we have time? And she said, I don't know, Kit. And he nodded his disappointment, reached for his jumpsuit. He literally was like, damn.
He's like,
In the middle of a war, he was like, quickie?
men,
And also, they're virgins. They're both virgin. They were
not anymore.
neither of them. Well, not anymore. Yeah, but like you have sex one time, and then he's like, boobies. We got time? And she's
He's
like,
like,
for fuck's
"Let's
sake,
do it
Kit,
again."
I don't know. Let's hear me out. Let's do it again.
What if we bone right now? I know bombs are about to drop out of the sky. Can I just put it in a little bit?
Just the tip.
Christ. Oh my god. What if we Mormon soak?
You think Addie will shake the bed? But you know what I did think was kind of strange? What I did think was kind of strange was I know it was sweet. Like, they set up this whole wedding for them. But then that they were like, okay, you two lovebirds, I'll clean the dishes from dinner. And, like, Addie, like, lit the candles in their room. And, like, it was very sweet. Like, I would do that for you if you wanted me to. But, like, I would make, like, it's weird that they were just like, okay, bye.
Honestly, I doubt they thought that both of them were virgins because of the tension.
That's super fair. Okay.
That was like already
It seemed
there.
like it wasn't normal. Like when Iris told him,
when
like,
Iris like brought
hey,
it up, it was like,
ooh,
by the way,
I'm a virgin. He was like, oh, me too. Like, yeah, okay, yeah. So I guess maybe not.
I'm wondering if they like
virgins.
maybe just thought that like they had already been through that, and
they
so
thought
they were
it
like, well, let's just make it
okay.
a romantic night for them. Okay.
Yeah,
now that we've
that
talked
makes
about
sense.
that,
Okay,
can we
that makes it a little bit
please
better.
talk about her fuck ass brother?
Yeah. So basically, for where we're at, they get bombed and shit. Iris and Roman get separated, even though Roman keeps saying, don't leave. And Iris keeps fucking leaving.
They're 4 meters apart. 4 meters, 12 feet. 4 meters.
Driving me
and
crazy.
Then they get this like weird poison gas.
Yeah, it's like it's like I don't know what kind of gas, but clearly it was gonna kill Roman if you breathe it in enough, based on the epilogue.
Yeah, for sure. It like basically constrict. I don't know. I'm imagining like Green Goblin from Spider-Man vibe.
Yeah.
It's like green smoke, and it makes you bleed out from the inside. I don't really know. It makes you cough up blood and
I don't really know either, but it's creepy. But yeah, she like finds this dude and she thinks it's Kit. Turns out it's her fuck ass brother. What pisses me off is he sees Kit running after them, and Iris is like, wait, when she realizes that it's Forrest and not Kit that's dragging her away, she's like, we have to get him. He's right there. And he's like, no. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? I don't understand that. Okay? Don't understand it.
I don't.
He fucked everything up, honestly.
I just didn't like how. So Forrest originally left and was fighting for
to
Enva.
fight. Yeah.
However, he got injured on the front lines, obviously, because that is what you do when there is a war. And then Decree, whatever underworld man, came and saved him. And so he basically had to start fighting for him as like a debt owed.
Like indebted
because he
to
saved
him,
his life. Yeah. So that's why. But then as soon as Iris wears this like gold heart locket necklace that her mom gave her, and when they bombed the front lines that her and Kit were on, she loses the necklace. And she realizes, I think, that it's Kit or that it's Forrest when she sees the necklace.
The only way Forrest would have been able to get that necklace.
Yes, yeah, she realizes that he.
Yeah, the only way Forrest would have been able to get that necklace was if he had been the people bombing them
and like cleaning up
because
the front
they had
lines
to flee
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So nobody was like,
can you imagine? Can you imagine if he did that and then found like Iris's dead body?
Piece of shit. He probably would have killed
like,
himself.
Oh, you just bombed your sister.
Shit,
probably would have.
Like,
that's okay. I think it's fine.
Same with I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really trust him. I don't know if I can.
I don't either,
know.
but I also, like, I'm conflicted because it was so clear that he really does care about Iris. It's almost,
yes, I trust him with Iris.
It's almost though in a way that, like, you can't deny Tamlin loved Feyre.
Yeah, it's seeming
healthy
also.
or
You know what I
correct?
think it is. I don't think it's selfless love. I think it has it's like a selfish love sometimes.
Yeah.
Like especially at the end when Iris and Forrest are talking and they're back in their apartment, whatever. She's like being understanding. It's like still her brother, and she's like, "Hey, by the way, Mom died." But he's also like, "Please, you can't leave me. You can't go back for him." Like, and it's like, okay, yes, but what about her? That was her husband.
That's her husband.
And he didn't try to like the night that they were like by the bonfire,
Yeah,
he didn't try to comfort her. He didn't give her information. He literally was like, for his sake, he was just glad that Iris was there. But what about Iris?
Yeah. It's very weird, but I'm not sure. Like, the not comforting her thing is so weird to me, especially like in all of the like flashbacks that we get of Iris and Forrest, like their interactions beforehand. He seemed so loving.
Well, and we get a little bit of that. I noticed it like I went back actually when I realized that like that was what they were doing with the plot twist, that it was Forrest and it wasn't Kit dragging her away.
Yeah.
Is I went back because there was the hug. They hugged right when they saw each other. What?
Olive's fucking drooling.
Oh.
Relax.
They saw each other and they hugged, and it was like the way that she described the hug or something. And so I was like, oh, so like reading back on it, I was like, okay, that was probably him being like, oh, Iris is here, and then something that had snapped in his brain kind of came back, and he was like, gotta get her out of here, gotta leave. So he had that moment of like being a brother, and then immediately went back into like whatever his mission was to get her out of there.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I want to say that, like, because he says like, the reason I couldn't risk, like, I couldn't let Decre's side see me, but I also couldn't let Enva's side see me, because they would know, like, Enva's side basically thinks that he's probably dead because he was in the infirmary that basically got fucked on. And so like everybody else died, but Decre decided to save Forrest for unbeknownst reasons that I'm sure we'll find out.
No, it's because he says in the epilogue, he's like, when I'm raiding these sites and my soldiers are bringing me the remnants of the people I've murdered, I look for people whose souls are like fire or like ice, and the people whose souls are like ice serve me better. But every now and then somebody's soul has fire in it, and it surprises me. And so at first I was thinking, oh my god, does that mean that Forrest has like icy soul? I don't think so. I think he was one of the fiery souls that surprised him, because he goes up to Roman and says, this guy is an icy soul.
I don't know, but like, I don't know. I want to believe that he cares about, that he's like doing what he thinks
I think
is
he
best
does care. I just think he's doing it in such a terrible way. It is very Tamlin.
I don't know that I'd be surprised if like there was some crazy plot twist.
I think he is doing the right things, but I don't know how he's going to. I'm hoping he'll be able to join Enva's side again, like maybe like help Iris, give her information, but they have some type of he has some type of soul bond, right, to this.
I was gonna say,
Hades
I wonder
dude.
if like he can, since
what if
he
has
saved
to go
him,
back,
if he can like kill him just like that. Well, I mean, he's a god, so I'm sure he can kill anybody just like that if he wanted to. But like,
but clearly he's been gone for a while.
I need Enva to come out of hiding and just start.
Yeah, where is she?
Because
clearly Hades man has just been out running around. I don't know where this goddess bitch is, but she could really help them out.
Yeah. Why isn't? Where is? What is she
I don't know.
doing? She
I
needs to
don't
come
know.
out and
And
play her
also,
music and put his ass to sleep.
you know what I think is bullshit is that Forrest saw the like little like circle that we find out later was the portal to get Roman into the underworld. He saw that circle when they went, because Iris was like, let me go back to the field, let me look for him. He's like, okay, we'll go back. He knew he wasn't gonna be there. He sees the circle, and
That's
then
when he's like,
he knows
Iris,
what
let's
that
fucking
means.
go.
Yeah, he knows what that means. He never tells Iris what happened to Roman. Because Iris knows that was Roman's blood. She's like, this is where he was. And I think Forrest knows it too. Because we find out in the epilogue, Roman only had like a minute and a half left to live. He wasn't getting far. He laid right there, trying to crawl to Iris. So Forrest knows what happened and doesn't tell Iris. Doesn't say, hey, I know he's alive. He's in the underworld.
Right.
He doesn't say anything. He's going to let her believe he's dead? I don't know. I just don't agree with his actions.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree.
I don't agree with his actions.
Forrest is sus. Olive?
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Forrest is sus.
So sus. Hating him.
I need Addie and Lilac to return.
I'm glad
Same with Keegan and Marisol.
Yes. I think they will all return. I want to know more about Marisol's magic powers.
Yeah. I really want to learn. Yeah. I really want to know more.
Yeah. I definitely want more from this Iris and Addie friendship because I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah. I love that. The vibes are incredible.
But you know what I am excited for? Aside from all the crazy shit, I'm excited for the vibes of like the description, because Rebecca Ross is such a good writer, her describing the underworld.
Yeah, I bet that's going to be
I'm
crazy.
excited for that. And I want this goddess bitch to show up and play her harp and fix everything, for fuck's sake.
For real. Seriously.
Man, I don't know. I don't know what, because the thing is also in the back of Ruthless Vows, it says that they go back. They get a chance to be a correspondent again. So does that mean the war has become more stable, or do they just go back to the?
There's another city that
Tribune?
was because they went south. There was another city that was west.
Yeah.
So I bet they go to the west area. Perhaps, maybe. I don't know.
That's fucking crazy.
That's
crazy,
yeah,
but
the
I
book
am,
is
like,
really good.
loving it.
We're really excited for Ruthless Vows, but we probably won't do an episode on it for, I don't know. It depends on when we read it. We are doing a book club with other friends, which is super exciting for us.
Here's what I'm thinking. We don't have a calendar out as of today, Monday, Labor Day, when we're filming this. I'm thinking the next book we're reading for like a little fun book club on the side is called Serpent and the Dove.
Serpent and Dove.
Serpent and Dove.
And it's
also a fantasy.
I don't know. I have the other two books sitting right here.
Yeah.
But I can't see who.
Here's what I'm thinking. We read Serpent and Dove. We'll probably do an episode on that. And then the Serpent and Dove is a trilogy, but this is only a duology. So I'm thinking we read Serpent and Dove, do an episode on that one, and then we try to read Ruthless Vows. So that we can, because the duology, that's it. It's very easy to be finished with it, and then we can get.
And then we're starting. Drum roll, please, everybody.
And then we're starting.
Throne of Glass.
Oh, I'm so excited to get back in. Can you imagine? Can you believe does that mean we're gonna get back into Prithian?
It's different than Prithian. It is a different. It's not Prithian, so it is a different. I don't remember what it's called. It is a different world, but
I thought it was the same world,
same universe. Kind of like MCU,
but not. So like Prithian is like an island, But does it mean they're on the continent? Is it the same map?
I don't think so. No, it's definitely different. It's very different.
That is... Okay, yeah, that's really sad news for me.
Well, I mean...
I'll take it, though. Because we get some cameos at some point, even later in the series.
Once you get to, like, I think book 4, 5, 6, then we get cameos from Cassian and Reese. But I'm pretty sure actually Reese might be that might be Crescent City.
I think it is. I think he's in Crescent City.
And I think Bryce has beef with him. That's why I think that.
I think so too.
Because I've seen a few things about that. But regardless,
I can't
we're getting
even
back into SJM.
I cannot fathom reading a line from the Bat Boys I've never read before, or getting like new characters with the same energy that I've never read before.
Yeah.
That know the Bat Boys. Getting perspectives on the Bat Boys that we don't know yet.
I am so excited. Also, just like how good Sarah J. Maas is at world building and like creating these fantasy worlds. And like Throne of Glass is a completed series, so we don't have to like. And I know I've heard at least like the first 4 are a little bit slower. But honestly, like just the way Sarah J. Maas writes, and I think she started Throne of Glass when she was like 17, like started writing it, which is insane to me. But just the way she tells stories is so insane.
So good.
And so
good.
It's just incredible.
I'm so excited. I don't exactly know how we're going to split up the books for episodes yet. Honestly, I don't think we're going to know until we've made it through at least the first one.
Yeah. Because also like Throne of Glass is a regular sized book. Assassin's Blade is also like regular sized. I'm pretty sure the first 4 are like regular sized. Once you get past
they're the slower
like
ones.
the Queen of Shadows or whatever, I'm pretty sure you're talking upwards of 600 pages. And I know
we're getting past Silver Flames territory.
Yeah.
Like
Kingdom of Ash, which is the last book, which I've heard is traumatizing and heartbreaking, is 900 some odd pages or 1,000 pages. So that one we will definitely not be. I don't know. I feel like that one will definitely have to break up.
I think we're gonna be doing some tandem reading, some episodes on different books in between.
Yeah. But at the same time, if it's as good as we finished Silver Flames in 36 hours,
3 days. Yeah.
Like
I think we can do them quickly, but I just don't know how. I don't know, because that'd be like a lot of 8 weeks straight of episodes if we did one book per episode. But then there's some books like I fear the last few books will need more than one episode. Like I fear we may even need to split up the books like chapter to chapters.
Yeah.
Like this book with these chapters is what we're talking about, or something like that.
Yeah. That's how a lot of other podcast gals do their episodes.
So for maybe specifically for Throne of Glass, we might give that a shot.
Yeah, we might fuck around with that.
But I'm excited.
But yeah, those are the vibes. We've picked out our book club on the side. We've done some incredible fall picks, and I feel like we have really set ourselves up for some.
We're gonna have some really good fall books.
Yes, we're gonna have some really great fall vibed episodes coming out, and then in a few weeks, Carrie and I will be together again. So we'll be able to do an episode together, which is amazing.
Literally the only thing I ever want.
Yeah, but the vibes are great, and
Divine Rivals I'm so excited for
insane.
us to get. I'm so excited for us to get into fall. I don't think there's not going to be a lot of stepping outside of fantasy for a while.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that. Honestly, I feel like fantasy is fall through, like once September hits, middle of August to September hits until probably about February, end of February.
Yeah,
fantasy and romantasy.
Fantasy and romantasy for sure.
And then after that is when we get back into our fun rom-com summer vibes. But I just feel like fall and fantasy fit so well together. And
I agree.
yeah, so a lot of
Except in
fantasy.
Texas, it's going to be hot for... in Texas, it'll be hot for about 3 months still.
Yeah, it
Maybe.
literally
Unless
will
we're
not.
lucky, I'll get some fall weather maybe in October, but it's
You'll get like a
slim to none.
random cold day, but then like Thanksgiving and Christmas will be like a nice 83.
I'm fully preparing for that random cold day that we get in like October to be like, calling into work. I'm not doing anything today. I am lighting a candle and I'm reading all day long. Bonus points if it rains.
That's one thing that I do love about living in Florida is that it rains quite often here. However, it is never not the devil's ass crack outside with humidity. So, double-edged sword there. But yeah.
All right. Well,
that was book club.
Book club was fun. I miss you, bud. I'm glad we got to talk. We
God,
haven't
I miss
talked in
you.
days.
I know.
I miss you too. All right. Well,
Puts me in a much better mood when we get to speak.
me too. I was pretty grumpy before we started book club.
I was
So if
also
you were
pretty
grumpy before you started book
grumpy.
club, I'm glad that you're here. I hope you're not grumpy anymore. And please stick around and tell your friends.
Yeah.
Watch
And tell
book
your
club.
friend.
Be in the
Everybody
book club,
watch book
please.
club. Please.
be friends with us. Go follow us on everything. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on
I wanna
TikTok.
talk to you.
Subscribe on YouTube. I want to talk to you. We post all of our updates on Instagram, the books that we're currently reading, the books episodes that we're doing, what the books are that we're doing the episodes on, and follow us on Goodreads. So if you want to follow our reading, like currently daily updating
Actively
what we are
reading.
actively reading, thoughts as we're reading. Goodreads is the most up to date on what we're reading. Instagram's
We
the
also
most up to date on what we're
sometimes-
doing.
We also sometimes read separate books.
Yeah,
So
I
like
have
Carrie
a
just
couple
read
of
a book
separate
that
books
I didn't
going
read.
on, yeah.
I before Divine Rivals read a book that she didn't read. And we do
Yeah.
like to leave little tiny reviews
of-
on
yep.
on like our Instagram as well. So don't forget to follow us and tell your friends and your mom, and maybe not your grandmas or your moms actually. Tell your friends, your boyfriends, your girlfriends.
Tell your moms. Call everybody.
Yeah.
Actually, and
and tell them to watch.
let
book
them
club.
decide if
Your
they
cousins,
hate us
your
or not.
aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
Tell everybody.
Yeah.
Get to book club.
Anyways, get to book club. Thanks for coming. See you next week.
Yeah.
Hope
See
you had a
you
happy
next
Labor Day.
week. Happy Labor Day.
Bye.
Bye.